shit, I mean, finding salt at this, where we are is an amazing thing, because salt is huge. It's worth its weight in silver.
Hey, guys, doing a old school tonight. Dr. Pepper.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
How's that old school?
I haven't done it in, years.
I can't even remember the last time I had Dr. Pepper.
I can still knock down a full beer in under 3 seconds, though.
Dr. Pepper is huge here.
Is everybody here?
Do you know what a Dr.
I'm
Pepper is?
Snack.
Shot of amaretto and a beer.
Vicky never leaves, right?
And the flame.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Alright, let's get going.
I just was making sure she didn't know. She didn't think you were just drinking Dr. Pepper, the soda.
Trust me, she knows.
Liz, how old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay. Have you had a beer before? I'm just curious.
I've tasted it, but I don't really like it. It's too bitter. I like a sweet white wine, like a Moscato or a Riesling.
Okay.
I can't
That's what
say
Mom
anything
likes.
That's what I drink.
Riesling.
That's what I prefer.
Riesling. Sweet Riesling.
I also
Not Boone's strawberry.
Boone's Farm. I haven't done that forever either.
Chase the
Farm,
bottle.
yeah. Oh
Jesus.
my
In
god.
high school,
Driving around
I
with
got
Brad
stuff up and I
and
thought
Mike
it was
Ivanko.
bleeding.
Drinking Boone's Farm in the car.
Yeah,
Hey, wait.
being Anchorman is not the best part for us.
Fuck.
Wait. Did you pose the same question you posed to me to Mark for Kelly about Mike?
Oh yeah, here you go. For Kelly, for matchup, Mike Ivanko. What do you think?
Well, I don't know what Mike Ivanko's like these days.
Mike hasn't changed. But
Oh yeah, then.
like
Is he still single, or
He's still single.
is he?
Like I said, he's a functioning alcoholic. He actually drinks less now, and he doesn't go out as much anymore. So
Whatever happened to the motorcycle chick? I can't remember her name.
that was a one-night stand. Oh,
Nah.
Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about Tattoo Girl.
Yeah, Rachel was a little bit more than a one-night stand.
Yeah, no, Rachel was like the tar pits, but he finally got out.
Gotcha. He's still single, huh?
Yep.
He's 50 when?
Probably 4 or 5 more years.
Okay.
So Kelly, does this like reinforce my view of Mike Ivanko for you?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, thank you.
Mike's a fun guy. He's a
I
nice
love Mike.
guy.
He's a great guy, absolutely. But yeah, no.
I guess I'm saying, what would be the drawback? He likes doing woodworking. He does all the folding and laundry. You wouldn't have to do laundry ever again.
That's why I asked if he was gay.
And how old is he?
Once again, that's still up
He's
in the
still
air. Well, I tease him because he has a roommate. He's living with this guy, Paul, and after all the stuff came out, I said, "Hey, Mike, congratulations! Even though I'm against the ruling, I want to congratulate you." And he was not happy.
Okay, so back to the game.
Okay. I'm making my crawfish stew.
Yeah, well
Louisiana
you're kind
style.
of gathering the ingredients at this point. When you guys stop for the night, you'll do that.
They
You
look
guys-
like little lobsters. What are they, Locke?
You know what? They are baby lobsters.
Really? I didn't know they. That's
Oh,
awesome.
I bet that's gonna be good.
No, those are crayfish.
They're what?
What?
Crayfish.
Grayfish?
They're
They're
crawdads.
not fish.
They'd be crawdads.
No, they're baby lobsters.
That makes more sense. They look like baby lobsters.
I agree.
Nay, they're just a similar kind
Ember,
of...
you eat lobster?
Yes,
Make sure you suck the head.
Really?
I've had lobster before. It's
I
really
always
good.
I always thought that was beneath your station.
It is a poor man's dish, but
Right,
everybody
like-
enjoys lobster.
They're like the rats of the ocean.
Hey, I've eaten
That would be
at the
shrimp.
same place
It's
you
like-
guys have.
Well, y'all are in for a treat, I hope.
And he's eaten
I-
it and gotten tired of it.
So these crayfish or grayfish?
Crawdads.
I
No,
think,
they're
I think she said grayfish.
No,
Grayfish.
crayfish.
This is going to be the most amazing grayfish stew that anyone's ever had. I hope.
But it doesn't look like a fish.
Right, it looks like baby lobster.
Yeah. We'll call them river rot lobsters.
River rot stew. That sounds
There
good.
you go. There you go.
That doesn't sound appetizing.
I found this thing too. It kind of looks like an onion. I'm hoping it tastes like an onion.
Do you know how to cook?
Oh, I cook for my parents every night.
Oh, okay, cool.
Locke cooks all the time.
That's awesome. I don't know what they're eating right now, but
You didn't
it'll be
answer
good. Our
her
cook is
question.
really good.
No,
I'm excited.
I'm not quite that good. I mean, I can't do it for a living. I do it to survive.
I'm sure it'll be wonderful.
Yeah, we used to just drop nets off the side of the boat or drop traps and, pull them up when we were in shallow water.
So, gray fish stew.
But I don't see how that's a fish. It doesn't look like a fish.
Why is it a fish, Modwin?
Talon ought to be telling me that. He's learned some natural history from me.
What was the question?
Why is a crayfish called a fish when it doesn't look like a fish?
Crayfish or gray fish?
Crayfish with a C.
Gray fish?
No, with a C, lad.
With a C.
Maybe it's a dwarven thing. It's a dwarven name.
I
Maybe
think
we
it's
call
I
them
think
little
it's the
lobsters.
I think it's the accent.
I with a C. Crayfish?
Do they crawl?
They got those little legs and they got their pinchers that they use to grab things. And they got their little mouths.
Well, so do lobsters.
Baby lobsters.
But lobsters only live in the ocean and salt water. And crayfish live in fresh water and streams and lakes. Talon,
Maybe these should be
So
called
they're
lobsties.
River
Talon,
lobsters.
Talon, you should know that.
River baby lobster stew.
I like that.
Etouffee? Is that the right word, Ember?
Etouffee? I've had something called etouffee. I don't know what was in it though.
So we can call this river baby lobster etouffee stew.
I think etouffee had like rice.
Oh, what's rice?
With rice?
Rice. It's a grain.
Oh, you know what rice? Everybody knows what rice. Especially that was most of the meal that you ate. Rice and wheat.
Talon,
Never mind, I retract my Miller Lite statement.
Talon, were you sleeping when we studied natural history?
What class was that? I mean, I've been there. Sick that day. Or
Okay.
a good duel.
You guys, you guys are talking obviously while you're traveling and whatnot. Finally, again, it's like this force does not seem to end when you guys finally reach a new campsite. You've got probably about 2 hours before the sun goes down, Locke, but this looks like a really good place. It's got a small opening. You're surrounded by pines. It's kind of like leaves like a natural soft bedding. There's a few rocks in the area that you can build like a nice fire pit. It seems like it's almost too perfect. It's like you've stumbled across like a pot of gold type space.
Guys, look at this. We are gonna have such a good night rest here. You know that bed I made you, Ember? I can make it for everybody.
Really? That was awesome. I hadn't slept that good since we left. That was such good sleep.
You smell that? It's so fresh too.
Yeah, it smells wonderful. It smells like fresh pine here, especially after the rains and everything.
Guys, we could move on for a couple hours, but I say we all get a good night's sleep here. Quote unquote, the GM wants us to stay here because he's gonna put Vaseline on our buttholes and do something nasty to us.
Sounds
That's
good
only
to
if you
me.
guys roll. Come on.
Okay, yeah, let's get some rest then.
I just thought I'd throw you in a nice campsite. It's just
I
Is there
love.
It's
anything
not always
can do
because I want
help
to kill you.
find this stuff, Locke? Because that bed was amazing.
Well, I can teach you how to do it.
Okay, I'll go with you.
I love the scent of pine trees after a rain. It reminds me of the mountains near my home.
I'll go with you too.
I think I'll get some pine branches for a nice bed.
Okay, you guys set up camp here, and like I said, it's pretty picturesque. It's nice hidden away. You guys can see the sky. The clouds are starting to thin out. By the time you're done setting out camp, the sun is beginning to go down. You guys each have a nice little pine bedding bed set for yourselves. Locke, you have a nice fire going with stones around, and because it's rain, the earth is pretty soft, so you're able to dig it out pretty easily. And you guys, you set about trying to make your little stew.
I'm glad we can see the sky this way in the morning. We'll tell which way the sun rises and make sure we're going the right direction. Because I feel like, well, I don't know. We've been in the forest for a long time.
Do you not trust Locke?
No, it's just making sure, you know. No, I think we're probably going in the right direction, but I just feel easier, you know, knowing for sure.
I pulled out my
Let's
dagger
see
and
my last emotion.
Okay.
Looking for game to shoot.
I go over to one.
Obviously,
of the
there's nothing in the area with a very loud dwarf stomping around, and two other very loud fighters stomping around in full metal armor.
Are there any
So,
fallen
good luck with
logs
that.
or anything like that around here?
I'm in
Yes, there
Okay.
are.
I go over and I pull up my dagger and I start looking through the logs to try to find 6 juicy grubs.
Easily enough done.
No.
Perfect. Okay, I put them in my pocket and I come back.
Okay. Okay. The sun is going down. You guys are sitting around the fire. Locke's stew is starting to actually smell pretty good.
So, is everybody hungry?
Oh, I feel like I could eat that whole pot of stew and another one.
Why don't you go ahead and give me a roll, Locke, see how well your stew came out.
I did earlier. It was a
did you?
15, but I'll roll again. Watch it suck.
Ooh,
I'm
nice.
hoping.
Oh!
Holy crap. That's like a
Delicious.
bacon stew right there.
Wow, Locke.
This is really good, Locke.
This is good.
Stands up and gives him a little golf clap. It's
This
good.
is your
Good
best
job,
yet.
Phil.
Locke's like he serves everybody and then kind of watches the reactions and looks at you like you're all fucking with me until he tastes it and goes, "Oh, okay."
Modwin gobbles hers up and tips the bowl, slurps the last of it up, and sighs and burps and says, "Oh, Locke, you've outdone yourself, and you said you weren't that good a cook."
Did you just burp?
Aye, it's a natural bodily function, nothing to be ashamed of.
Right.
Guys-
In the Elven Kingdom, burping after a very good meal is a sign of respect for the chef.
Not even
Really?
close.
Did you just say in the Elven Kingdom?
There's no way in hell.
Like,
elves
seriously?
burp, dudes. What the hell are you spinning?
I thought you guys were.
No,
I
in
thought you,
China, no. Out of character. In China, it is.
I thought you
Not
guys
in
were.
Elven society.
I thought you guys were
Okay.
called fairies.
He keeps
No.
saying that one on the dot.
So it's not a fairy city.
So
No.
you guys want dessert?
Huh?
True.
You have dessert, Locke?
You have
Where
dessert?
you been hiding that?
Oh, it's in my pocket. I pull out 6 juicy grubs.
I'll
Okay, here. I'll take one. I'll eat it.
I'm trying to drop weight. Thanks.
No, we all have to do it.
Uh,
I am too full.
why is that now?
If
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
die, I'm taking you fuckers with me.
Because I always heard that if you're really hungry in the woods, that you're supposed to eat these things. And I ain't doing it alone, so
But we're
I
not
was
hungry
glad
anymore.
Is it all right if I
Locke grabs one and eats it. I mean, I could take one and eat it.
is it all right if I cook mine over the fire instead of eating it raw?
No, because you might be in a survival situation where you don't have a fire. So let's go. See, Maricolt did it. If Maricolt can do it, the rest of us can.
He smiles with green stuff falling from his teeth.
I'm just thinking like Lion King.
I am too full. I don't.
No, you
wanna
have to
throw
do
up
it.
that
You
delicious soup.
Listen. You have cut an Etten in two, and you're afraid of a little grub.
I didn't put the Etten in my mouth.
But I always heard it'll put hair on your chin.
I don't want hair on my chin.
Come on, everyone has to do it. Raven, you'll do it with me, right?
Raven, please back me up on this.
But lad, we have a nice fire going here. I'm thinking it would taste better crisped a bit.
It is a
Hey guys, I need
survival challenge.
Out of character, I need to go pop off. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Okay, the person who doesn't eat the grub needs to do double duty of watches.
Fine, I'll do double
I'll
duty.
do it.
Okay.
Really?
Oh, alright. Modwin closes her eyes and pops it in her mouth.
But that
And-
means you have to eat the other ones.
And chews it and swallows and takes a big gulp of water.
Alright. You've eaten worse in your lifetime.
I can bet money I haven't.
No. It's just like, probably the most horrible thing that you've faced out here, and you've seen Talon get sliced in half with a giant axe.
That's less
Now
dignity
they're
you
trying to
up.
get you to put this thing in your mouth and then chew it up while it's still wriggling.
What's gonna happen?
I put one in my mouth and slowly chew it.
Okay.
No.
Remember that gum that bursts when you chew on it?
Ew!
It's like that, only worse.
It's
It tastes
gritty.
It tastes a lot
what-
like wood pulp.
It's
It's basically what it's
gritty
eating.
and woody.
Modwin, you can see Modwin's drinking a lot of water after she
Not
ate
exactly
her.
a dessert, but yeah. You did it,
Well,
man.
Locke, let's talk about what dessert is.
it could have been a lot worse.
Well, there's 3 more.
I'm taking extra watch.
Ditto.
Pass.
So 3 of you can sleep extra, and 3 of us will take double watch.
I can't make you guys do
Really,
that.
Talon, you're not going to eat it?
Nope.
I figured you would eat it.
I
The
did
kind of stuff that you
too.
pull out of the ocean and eat.
That's different. That was in the ocean.
Still.
That's what I grew up on. Like the Alaskan food, like the fish head stew and all that. This is a worm.
Maybe my etiquette.
It's a grub. It's not a
We
worm.
fish
Come
with
on.
these. We fish with these things.
And
Well,
you'd be
you
forced
know-
to eat it if you can't fish.
You know, if you fish with them, then that means that the fish you eat have eaten them. So you're kind of eating them too, you know? You are what
Have
you
you ever
eat.
seen what a dog eats?
We cut the fish. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'll be over here doing my double watch. You
I'll
have
go with you.
the grub over there.
Well,
All I'm saying, if we get hungry enough.
if you let me cook the last 3, I'll eat them.
Why would you do that?
Okay, who's
That wasn't the point. The point was to just try to see what they would like.
who's rolling?
Well, we
for
shouldn't
tonight?
waste good food.
You can eat the rest if you want.
She wants to grub down on them.
I'm curious, you know, what they taste like if they're nice and crisp and not wriggling in my mouth.
You
You
are
don't
the
like-
weirdest woman ever.
Well, I'll toss them on the fire
Serious?
and see what they're like. I mean, I put them in the bottom of the pot and I fry them up in the pot a little bit.
Okay. Give me a cooking. There you go. They're not as horrible.
It's not as bad.
Hey, I like them this way. Not as good as the stool, but you know. If we ever have a fire and all we can find is these. It wouldn't be so bad.
I am
Alright,
never.
who's
I look
rolling
over to
for,
Raven.
who's
I'm
rolling for
never
tonight's
ever eating
watch?
anything she makes.
Someone roll for tonight.
Mark, why don't
It's
you
Mark's
roll?
turn. Yeah, Mitch wants an encounter.
No, that's not necessarily. I'm just saying.
High or low?
Right.
Low. And if it worked, middle.
There you go. Okay, the night passes uneventfully. Last watch, which is Dish here? Is he back yet?
No, he's not back yet, but he is on
Okay.
last watch.
Yeah. I'll just roll his perception then. Hang on.
We're being followed and never know.
He's gonna have dish perception.
Okay.
Dish
Morning breaks.
perception is when you realize there's grubs in your food.
And he actually let you guys sleep in for a little while because you guys, this is, other than, well, Ember had the nice bed last time, but you guys haven't slept this well in a while. When you guys wake up, it's you feel refreshed. You know, you break the campsite and you start heading out. After about 3 more hours, you finally reach the edge of this forest. As you step
Wait,
out,
before Mitch,
Oh, yeah,
before
go
they
ahead.
head out, when Modin wakes up, she looks to see like where the sun is rising from.
okay, give me perception. Okay. It looks like the sun's coming up maybe in the direction that you guys are going, but it's really hard to tell through the trees.
Okay.
Alright, again, you guys head out about 3 hours later, you reach the edge of the forest. Laying ahead of you, what appears to be a kind of a rolling grasslands. As you guys leave, you look around, you can see there's some hills and whatnot in the distance. There's some other sparse trees, not necessarily a forest, here and there. But there doesn't appear to be any sort of road or any signs of civilization as far as you can see on the horizon.
Are we going the right way?
Well, still heading east. Marikov?
Okay.
Which kind of roll should I make to get any kind of idea?
What is it? Is it a nature roll? Survival roll? What is it?
For what?
To figure out which way you're going, if you're going the right way.
Survival.
Okay, so survival roll. Okay, yeah, I mean, you're still headed east, but it appears that you guys somehow turned south a bit and came out into the plains area. You know that there's a human village of Clovervale that is probably, you guys can probably make it right at dusk or right before dusk. And you turn to Locke and you tell him this. You say, okay, if we start headed this way, and he points in the direction of some hills. He says, we start heading this way. There's a human settlement. It's a village, but it's kind of it's on the larger side of the village. There's merchants and trade that flow through it called Clovervale that you guys can probably reach as long as you basically skip lunch and just march on through.
Hey, is everybody up for another good night's sleep? Maybe some music, some ale.
Oh, I do a lot for a pint of ale and a good meal with some bread too.
That be sounding good to me.
Yes, Cloverdale. Does anybody know anything about Cloverdale?
Is that where we're coming into?
They grow clover?
Yes.
Do I know anything about it?
No, you've never heard of it.
They have clover.
Didn't you
Maybe
all
they
say
do
that
beekeeping.
didn't you all say that you're kind of on the lam, per se? Didn't you all say
Yeah.
that you're not welcome back in Waterdeep, or something to that effect?
Aye.
Did we? I don't
Well,
remember.
we ran into a little trouble, but I mean, obviously, ultimately, we need to get back there because we've seen the destruction of a home, and we want to make sure that don't happen, or at least our loved ones are saved ultimately.
Gotcha.
So that's why we're heading to your people to try to see if they have any wisdom they can share with us about what to do, what we've seen.
Wanted to warn him before we head to Waterdeep, so that's what we're doing.
Well,
Yes. Yes. Okay. It's fine. Yeah. Cloverdale is, we know of them for with trading value. I mean, they're not big traders with us, but I've heard the name before.
are they friendly?
As far as I know, well, I just know them as just a stop on the road to Waterdeep.
Well, I mean, as long as everyone else is up for a night in a village, I'm all game. We've been out here a long time.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can resupply too.
Yeah, we'll need that too.
Well, let's pick up the pace. Let's double pace it a little bit.
We'll just keep quiet about us being from Waterdeep, that's all, then we should be safe.
So we're
Good idea.
gonna have to we're gonna have to eat our. You said we might get there before dusk, so we're not gonna be resting much today. Is everyone okay with that? We're gonna have to
Yeah,
eat on
it's
the
okay.
walk.
Let's push through.
Oh yeah, don't want to be out in the open at night.
Okay, you guys start heading out over the grasslands, and Locke, you kind of use the hills, the tall hills as a landmark and a guide that takes you pretty much that way. As you guys are walking, it's actually it's a nice day. It's the temperatures is it's fairly mild. Soft breeze coming in from the north. There's a lot of butterflies and grasshoppers and that sort of thing as you guys walk, and it's actually really pleasant. By the time afternoon hits, you guys are feeling pretty good. You guys kind of break out your rations and eat while you're going. You pass through some hills, past some trees and that sort of thing. By about maybe about 2 hours before sunset, Locke, as you're cresting another one of the hills, you can see a village off in the distance, and it looks like there's some farmland. It looks like a fairly well-sized village. Obviously, it's nothing compared to Waterdeep, but it's probably close to maybe 200-300 families that live in this area. There is a road that you can tell immediately it's a trade road that is well used. There are like merchant tents set up around the city or outside the village. It's not a city; it's a village, and you can see that there's at least one, maybe two caravans there. You guys should probably be able to make it there in about an hour. I'll give you a little picture here.
Oh gosh, we're getting close.
That's great. Let's on. Let's speed up.
It didn't show. Hang on.
It did.
It did? I'm getting blank on my screen. Hang on.
Yeah, I see the 2 mills. It's a cool looking village.
Getting blank for some reason. Try
Yeah, I like it.
screen.
Black room.
It's black for you too?
It's like my game sessions when
There we go.
I couldn't see anything and you guys could.
It's pretty.
Try reloading your page, Vicky. That might work, because it worked for me. Okay, yeah,
Okay, one sec.
you guys see that? Like I said, off in the distance, where you see mountains, it's just hills. It's not really.
There we go,
mountains
yeah.
like that. But you can see that there's a lot of activity, people moving around. There's a lot of farmlands that you guys will be passing through to get into the town. Marikoth, you've been here before. You've stayed at the Wild Lily. Is the name of the inn that you know of, that you've stayed in a few times. As you guys approach, you cross over a small, it's not really a river, it's more of another stream. You cross over the bridge and you start heading into town. People here that you pass, they don't seem to give you really a second glance. They nod, or they say a polite hello to you. Some children run up and look at you guys, kind of like touching, trying to touch the weapons, and they run away giggling, that sort of thing. As you guys enter in, you can see there's different merchants, and they're hawking different wares. There's cloth, and some of them have arms and armor. Some of them have tools. Some of them have arts, that sort of thing, like art pieces and whatnot.
Ooh.
And it looks like there's a marketplace that's set up just on the edge of town as you enter in, of different wagons, and they've set up tents, and they're kind of peddling their wares, almost like a farmer's market type feel to it.
Look at this place, Raven.
Talon, come look at this stuff with me.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Wow.
Well, I think I'll do some buying and selling now before we go further.
Wait, do you guys think we could maybe get one of these? See if this art dealer can paint us.
Oh, now that's an interesting idea.
That would be so cool.
Here, let me go sell a couple I need to sell, and then
Wait,
that'll make
Aren't you
sure we have
guys
enough.
supposed to be a little bit incognito?
Yeah,
No.
that's what I was gonna say.
Why we need to be incognito?
We just don't say who we are.
If you're gonna have a picture, wouldn't you have it painted by elves?
Why?
The fairies are supposed to be very good with arts and crafts.
Other people are too. Let's go see if this guy's any good or not.
I just thought it'd be neat.
Hey, Talon, do you know there's a difference between elves and fairies?
I thought they were one and the same.
That would be like saying halflings and humans are the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you a halfling now, Talon.
What? Well, I don't have any hair on my feet, but don't you guys both have pointed ears? Slight
Yes.
build.
Fairies are a little bit lighter than us. Not that I don't mind the comparison. Fairies are wonderful folk, and they're quite pleasant people and wonderful to be around. But there is a bit of a difference.
Oh, well, I never met one, so I don't know. What's the difference?
About 3 feet.
They're that big?
No, they're that small.
Oh.
Look, let's go see if that painter paints anything good. Because if they're good, we should do it.
Oh,
I
no,
would love to have that.
Let's go
You know
see if
what,
they're
but-
any good.
no, wait, just a moment now. Whoever said it was right. That actually that would not be a good idea in this town because Marikoth has told us a lot of trade goes through, and even if people don't know who we are, seeing 4 young humans and a dwarf, I mean, just maybe not the best
That's
idea.
not unnatural. Have you seen all the trade that comes through Waterdeep? As long as I don't know who we are, we're okay.
Well,
Okay,
I just
come on, Dragon. Totally ignoring her.
Sure ass.
I grab Raven too.
no, just oh, for goodness sake.
I'll go with them.
Okay, you guys head over to the small tent that's set up with the art pieces. You can see again, there is tapestries here, woven and printed. There is paintings obviously, but there's small carvings. There's silverworked, different silverwork like spoons and plates, and carved stone and gems, that sort of thing. As you approach, you see an older gentleman with a great like handlebar mustache and a pointy beard, about 3 inches long. He smiles at you and with like a little twinkling in his eyes, says, "Oh, welcome. So, would you like to look at some of my tapestries, or perhaps you're interested in a stone to take with you on your travels?"
Actually,
Do you have any
did
necklaces?
you make these?
I do indeed, Sir Elf. I have many necklaces over here, and he kind of gestures, and you can see that there's like set up on a little table with hooks. There's different charms and stuff, and he looks over to you, Locke, as you're talking. Again, he's smiling the whole time, very warm and friendly.
Could you paint us?
I'm sorry, dear boy. I am not the artist. I merely deal in artistry.
Oh. Who do you buy from?
I buy from all sorts of people and trade from here to there. These paintings here, and he takes a couple from the back, sets down. These were done by renowned artists in Waterdeep itself. These here, they were done in Neverwinter by a now deceased artist, so they're worth a little bit more. And he starts going off and kind of naming different things.
Hey, the one is from Waterdeep. I bet whenever we go to Waterdeep, we can get them to paint us. If we don't find somebody before then.
I'm sure, dear lady, that you will find many artists in Waterdeep. They are full of them. Yes, good elf. What can I do for you? Are you interested in any of these?
Do you have any jewelry?
Of course, right over here. And he kind of points in the same general direction. You can see there's charms and bracelets and rings and stuff.
Ember, come over here with me for a second.
Huh? Oh, okay.
What can I help any of you with?
Good merchant. Look into this nice lady's eyes and find me a stone that'll match them quite nicely.
Ah, wonderful. He kind of walks over towards you, Ember, and he reaches out and takes your hand and gazes into your eyes. Kind of gives you it's like you get the feeling of someone who has been dealing for a long time in arts and valuables and that sort of thing. As he kind of stares and closes his eyes a bit, and he looks down. He lets go of your hand. He reaches in and pulls out a small. You said ring dish.
That's like jewelry.
Jewelry. Okay. He pulls out a small ring. There's a stone that's about the size of a pebble. In a circle, or held by silver and a circle of silver. The pebble, or the stone at least, appears to match the color of her eyes perfectly. So this one here, this would match perfectly her eyes. Such beautiful eyes you have.
How much is it?
I am willing to part with that for 8 silver pieces.
Oh, no, don't.
Would you take 7?
Oh, I would take 7, but it's been a very slow week.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Raven, could you please come over here?
What? Me?
Yes.
She looks around over to Jane's okay.
Come over here.
Why?
Just come.
Okay, I go over there.
Look into this nice lady's eyes and find something that matches hers.
I thought he was going to have her muscle it for herself.
That's what I thought.
He does the same thing with you, Raven. He takes your hand. He takes your hand and he looks and he says, "I have just the thing." And he actually goes behind his little table. He pulls out a small bracelet that has three stones. 2 of them have like a graded color, and the middle one matches Raven's eyes, but the other 2 accent it, as if almost like eyeshadow accents an eye. He says, "This would be perfect for you." He says, "Here, try it on," and he slides it onto your wrist.
My gauntlet, you mean?
Oh yeah, you're wearing gauntlets, yeah. He hands it towards you, he's like, "Here, try this on."
You know, Marakoth,
Modwin, come over here.
For beauties like these, cost should not be an issue.
Modwin, come over here.
The boy is quite right.
Alright, do you want my opinion on colors?
No, just come over here.
Perhaps she could get nice beard beads.
Ooh.
Modwin comes over.
Look
What do you need, lad?
into this wonderful dwarf's eyes and find something for her.
I don't even need to do that, good elf. I have the perfect thing for her. Please, indulge me for just a moment. He turns around, he walks back. You can see he pushes open a tent flap behind. You can see there's a cart or a covered wagon type thing. The tent flap closes. A moment later, he walks back out with a small box. He stands there and he opens the box. Inside, you can see what appears to be a sort of it's almost like a Celtic knot, but it's embedded on top of a comb that would basically go into her beard and sit there, and you would just see the Celtic knot kind of separating the hairs on her beard. So this is a special piece that I picked up from Mirabar, and I've been holding it for quite a long time. But I do believe, a good dwarf, that this is perfect for you. And he smiles.
How much for all three?
This, good sir, if you wish to purchase all three, I can definitely run you a discount. We'll make it 10 gold pieces.
10 gold?
Well, yes, this was made in Mirabar itself, and as you can see, the filigree in the gold, in the knot pattern there, is actually etched with just a hint of silver. And he points it out and kind of flashes it a bit for the light.
That is nice.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
Could you
I
take
can see
mine?
it from here.
You know, it's very gorgeous, but that's
And
just...
you know what? These three ladies deserve it. 10 gold pieces it is.
No, wait
Excellent.
a minute.
And I hand over 10 gold pieces.
You,
Mariko,
Sir Elf, have
that's-
the most discerning of tastes.
Whoa.
That's so
pushes
much
out.
money
You
we've
may
already
keep
spent on
the
the
I
forest.
see
forest.
that much money.
It says you may keep
Wow.
the display boxes if you wish, to hold them and make sure that they stay safe.
Mariko, find me a simpler one. That's so much money. It should
No,
be
no,
better
no, no,
spent
no,
on
no,
the
no.
poor.
Shh. Moment. Shh. It's okay. You deserve it. You have given me healing and aid throughout this adventure. Through my time with you. You deserve it.
Oh well, I suppose I can't refuse.
And Raven, you have been a great friend, and you stand in front of me in battle. You deserve it. And Ember, only this stone pales in comparison to you. Your beauty.
Well, thank you for your kindness.
You're welcome.
Aww.
Is it
Thanks,
is-
Marikov. I give him
So-
a huge hug and squeeze him real hard, and then he'd probably go.
Hugs are back.
Yeah, and I give you a hug and I kiss onto the cheek and say thank you. Is it it's a bracelet, right? I'm putting it in my inventory as well.
Yep.
No, a ring.
A ring?
Yeah,
Okay.
Raven has the bracelet, and
Okay.
Modwin has the beard comb.
Moldwin puts it in her beard and kind of like does a comical chin tuck to admire it, and then comes and gives Malakoth a hug
Now
and
there's an
says,
easy way to.
I'm sorry I got so angry at you down in that rift.
Water under the bridge.
Excuse me, sir. Are you
Yes.
able to appraise or tell art objects?
Absolutely, it's what I do, lad. Do
If
you
I
have
showed you-
items you
if
wish
I-
to sell?
I'm not looking to sell. I'm trying to find out who made it.
Oh, of course. By all means. Just one moment. He reaches again. He goes behind. He pulls out a wooden board that is topped with a kind of purple velvet, and on top you see different tools, and one has like a monocle type device. He says,
Whoa, look at
what
that."
do you have?"
That's so cool.
I'm gonna
He kind of laughs at you and nods.
bring out the bracelet, man.
Oh, you're gonna get him to see who made that for you?
And maybe I can find out where my mom got it.
That would be so cool.
I brought the picture up. I'm not sure if everybody can see it.
No, it has to be showed for everybody. Hang on 1 second. I'll do that for you.
Wait, you mean the
He pulls
bracelet
this
that
out.
Malakoth just bought her?
No, this is talent.
This is mine. Well, my mom's.
Oh.
And that little note, I mean, you guys don't see that. It was supposed to be in the other part. Okay, you pull it out, you hand it.
Oh, he's going to say it's a family crest?
Yeah,
It's so good.
you guys hand it to him, or Talon, you hand it to him. He takes it out. He's like, "Oh, very fine piece. This is a obviously it was a personal item. Someone made this distinctly." He sets it down on the pillow. He takes a rag and kind of dips it in a small jar that has some sort of gooish looking thing, and he starts rubbing it. Within a few moments, it begins to shine and glow. you can tell, those of you that are watching, you can tell he's kind of watching the reaction of Talon to see if he's impressed. Obviously, trying to make some more money. He takes out his monocle, sticks it in his eye with great fanfare, making a big show of it basically, and he takes it and he starts examining it. He says, "Oh yes, lad, this is a fine piece. If you look here," and he points to a nondescript area on the thing. Says there is actually a latch, and there's a
latch.
Oh yes, there's a compartment inside, and he clicks it. He opens it up.
You didn't know.
And he pulls out. How is it presented?
A ring. I think it's a ring.
Okay, he pulls out a ring. Says, "Look at
Signet
this."
ring. Oh, this is going to get good.
He sets it down on the pillow for all of you to see. Go ahead and describe it, Brad.
I'm sorry, what?
Go ahead and describe it.
Signet? It should be up for everybody to look at what the signet looks like.
Yeah, I think I would need her. Yeah, that's
There you go.
What?
I never saw this before.
What are you doing with that?
What is it?
Awkward silence.
Yeah, she's kind of speechless right now.
Yes, the merchant is kind of taking
That's
a
pretty.
Isn't that Ember? Isn't that your?
You wouldn't know that, I don't think. Signet
Yeah.
is hidden.
No, you've shown it to me.
No, I didn't show you my signet. I've never shown
Yeah,
anybody.
I don't think she has. Oakley,
Would
yes,
we have
but-
seen? Would we have seen this somewhere in their house when we were there?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So we all might recognize it.
Except from Marikoth,
Yes.
right?
Except for me.
Except for Marikoth, yeah. Yeah.
Do you want us to make a roll, see if we remember?
Yeah,
it?
give me. Let's see. Go ahead and give me wisdom
Intelligence?
rolls
Wisdom? Okay.
to see if you remember or you recognize it.
Which one? Which deal?
Just a straight wisdom.
Raven has no fucking clue.
Sorry, I was distracted by Kai.
Okay, Modwin and
Raven's like, oh, that's pretty.
immediately you recognize this.
What?
Hey,
When
that's the
gas-
same symbol hanging in Ember's house.
It is?
Yeah,
What-
look.
What does this symbol mean, Ember?
Why don't we pay and we'll talk about it later.
The merchant.
How much, sir?
Okay.
He's gone from a very friendly look to a very uncomfortable look, trying to keep the smile up, but it's not really helping. As he realizes that, it's like when the waiter walks in and you're having one of those private conversations, and you stop and look at him, and they're like, I'm sorry, did you need more water? He's got that kind of look on his face.
Wait, so
I
your
flipped the guy
weapon
gold.
had this in the hilt.
Well, this
That
is my
is
mother.
from your mother.
How much do I owe you, sir?
But your
Don't
mother's
worry about
carrying
it.
a
I flipped him.
symbol.
I already
You
flipped him a
obviously
gold
have
piece.
other things to worry about. Thank you
I'll
very much, good sir.
Ember's house.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll pick up the ring and the bracelet. Just kind of stare at both of them as we start walking out. What does this mean?
I go sit down like under something.
Okay. It's easy enough
Can
to
I,
find
can I
a tree.
make a history roll?
No, this... Actually,
Why do you?
yeah, go ahead, Dish, because you've dealt with the what do you call it, Nico's arms before. So you've seen the
I'm
crest
sure
on
the
their
crest
boxes.
is on there.
Yeah. No, not quite. Not quite enough. I mean, it looks familiar to you, as if you should know what it is, but it doesn't quite ring a bell. Obviously, it means something to them, or at least to
Why do you-
Ember.
I'm standing in front of Ember just looking at her.
Why do you have that ring?
I didn't know there was a ring in there. I mean, I've only pulled this out like 3 or 4 times. The only reason I had him appraise it is after I talked to you, I figured it might be able to tell me who my mother was.
You don't even know what that ring is, do you?
I don't even know. No, I don't even know what the bracelet's the only thing that was given to me.
The ring's your family crest.
I pull out from underneath my armor and stuff. the chain that's holding mine.
My jaw drops.
And then I shove it back in.
I'll put the ring back in the hilt and I'll close it up.
The only way somebody gets a signet ring is
Are we
if,
there, Mitch?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
everybody there?
Unless you guys are.
is if
I mean, I
Are you
assume everybody's
cousins?
watching them like, oh, this is juicy.
Are you cousins?
the only way someone gets a signet ring is if they're born into the family or they steal it. How do you know that was even your mother's? You said you were with, and I kind of stopped. I don't want to say pirates in front of everybody.
They said it was the only thing that they found on her body.
Are
It's
you
the
cousins?
only thing I have of her. Of course not. I don't know. I don't know why.
I
Or
think
how.
we need some beers and some bards. This Lily place that you mentioned,
Yeah.
Golf, is it got music? I think we need some music.
Oh yeah, drinks are on me. Let's go. This is
Really?
great.
Okay, guys, we'll leave it right there as you guys are headed towards the Wild Lily, and we'll take our next break. This is perfect.
More beer.
The Wild Lily, is it named after me?
No, it's not.
I think I need a Dr. Pepper.
All right, take it 5. We'll be back.